trauma. Yikes, right? I know it sounds intense, but bear with me because it does not have to be a bummer. Everybody has trauma. Everybody. And that's why it's so important to talk about. Birth, that's traumatic. Not just for the baby, but for everyone in that room. Ask your parents. Puberty? Absolutely traumatic. Your first love? Mine definitely was. You don't have to feel broken to have something that you need to heal. Most of us are walking around carrying things that we've picked up along the way that we don't even realize. That weird quirk that he just kind of laughs off, that could be a trauma response. Even your favorite movie villain probably has some childhood trauma that they've wonderfully cloaked in an absolutely fantastic outfit. And trauma doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't require a war zone or some great catastrophe. Sometimes it slips in the most soft voices, our communities, our families, the stories we tell ourselves. But here's the thing, absolute magic happens when you start understanding it. When you heal trauma and start to become whole, there's love, laughter, and absolute joy. So I'm here today to ask, what does it mean to heal? What does it mean to become whole? Not just who we were, but who we were meant to be.
Come with me while we cook with strangers and learn about their lives together. My name is Anand Deshpande, and this is Kindred Kitchen. Paige is a friend of a friend of a friend. And she's had her own pretty deep journey with healing her own trauma. It's why she's dedicated her life to being a coach, coaching others so that they can have the best lives possible. Today, we're meeting at a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend's bar. Ironically, an amazing place for people to avoid their own trauma. But look at these mocktails, they're just so gorgeous.
You know, and it's interesting when we think about it because the word trauma, I think, has become culturally diffuse, right? It's been hacked in a lot of ways. We now use trauma and we hear trauma a lot, right? For any number of things.
Yes, that traumatic customer service experience.
That's exactly right. I went to Starbucks and it was so traumatizing. I mean, right? And not to belittle anyone's experience, but just to say that this has become a word now that is so familiar that it's almost become trite.
Yeah.
And yet, the benefit of it becoming more common in our vernacular is that we now are actually able to communicate about something that only a decade ago was not a part of common conversations.
Right.
And so where I think, so we've kind of like oscillated, but I think that we have an opportunity to come to greater understanding of trauma and to be able to speak about it if we're open, with greater information, with greater honesty and authenticity, to be able to understand what is it that is distressing me. Right? What is my psychological experience? What is even my cultural experience?
I know I seem like a very happy and nice person, but when I get in traffic, I turn into something else.
Yes.
I get angry. I get really mean toward people.
Yes.
Is that trauma?
Well, here's what I would say, right? What I would say is, let's get curious.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So for me, the approach is first consciousness, right? So you're noticing that you're having this reaction in traffic. Right? And the fact that you're aware of it, to me, is a sign of maturity, of emotional maturity, right?
Sure.
But so you're conscious of it, and then you begin to get curious. And you ask, right, what's actually happening? How is this manifesting in me, right? That anger or the aggression, right, that's coming up. Is this related to something that's happening specifically in traffic or something that's happened previously to me? Is there someone in this scenario? Is it taking me somewhere else? right?
Yeah.
And then I believe the next step would then be to be compassionate with yourself around it. But I mean, for me, I can't say to you, your response in traffic is definitely trauma, and then we would leave it there.
Right.
You know, like that would be a conversation that we would have.
It smells like trauma, so it must be.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paige has invited me home to cook a dish that happens to be really connected to her story: shrimp and grits. And it just so happens to be one of my favorite dishes. So I'm excited to show her my version of it while she tells us more of her own story.
When I was in the process of coming out, I was having significant gastrointestinal issues, which when we have a dysregulated nervous system, a lot of times what will happen is we will have stomach issues. And at the time, I did not realize that my being closeted had so much to do with the way that I was reacting to the food that I was eating. And so I, for about 6 months, was just in intense pain every time I would eat. And interestingly, shrimp and grits was something that didn't create the same kind of response. I mean, grits itself, right, is just something that's so mild and easy on the system.
Yeah.
So, I mean, of course, today we're going to be doing this with peppers and tomatoes and spices. So this would not be for someone who's necessarily in the same space, but these flavors I was able to incorporate as I healed. And when I say healed, I mean as I healed physically and emotionally, because there's such an intense connection between our mind and our body, between our psyche and our soma. So I had raised Southern Baptist in the Panhandle and felt called to the ministry from an early age. And thought that what that would require of me, right, not having ever seen a female pastor, which is what I wanted to do, thought that what that required of me was to, be a youth pastor or a teaching pastor or a children's pastor. Could I stay in the Southern Baptist Church? I didn't know, but I, out of college, went into the mission field, which is interesting because my whole worldview and understanding, right, paradigm on religion as culture has shifted. But at the time, conversion was emphasized, right? So converting the lost, and so I went to Southeast Asia and worked for a church. It was interesting because I'd just gone to Palestine and Israel, and I got back and I met this man who was a pastor at a church in Singapore, and he said, and he looked at me and he said, "Paige Rawson, you're the most spirit-filled person I've ever met." And he's like, so this is
So that hasn't changed.
But here's what's so wild though, right? And it is that he's like, "You're the one, this is a David Samuel anointing. God has called you to this." And I said, "Well, can I pray about that and make sure that's how I feel as well?" And sure enough, I went to Southeast Asia, and I began slowly to, just the anxiety, the culture shock, I think, the people-pleasing performance, really wanting to please that pastor, to please God. I had left the woman that I was involved with and was longing for her, was lonely. I, at the time, was keeping all of this in the closet. Every relationship that I had was a relationship that I was hiding. Anyway, so while I'm there, I break down one night at an all-night prayer meeting. And mind you, there's this thing also happening to me. I'm having an existential crisis because I'm also making friends with people who are Muslim and Buddhist and who are free thinkers, who are Hindu. And I'm realizing that they're more Christian than any of the Christians that I've ever known.
Yeah, more Christ-like.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Christ-like, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and I say Christian, I mean like what I would imagine this life is supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I shared with my pastor and his wife that I had struggled with homosexual thoughts all of my life, and that I also struggled to believe if Jesus was the only way. That I didn't know that it was ethical for me to try to convert people who had been raised in a different culture, whose God had a different name, or they experienced God in a different way, and they immediately told me that I was possessed by a demon of homosexuality and a demon of unbelief. And so this was only confirming messages that I previously had believed to be true, that I was depraved, that I was diabolical, that I was not good enough, that And so I went in at that point to reparative therapy, and I went through Love One Out, Exodus.
Reparative therapy is the same thing as conversion therapy.
That's exactly right. Yes. Right? That idea of not good.
Yeah.
It will stick with you and it will eat you inside out. And so when we talk about the body keeping the score,
that's what was happening.
It's very
with your
appropriate
stomach.
that we're standing here in my kitchen, surrounded by this beautiful food. Because that is exactly what happened. It was like my body was at war within itself. And so I was being attacked from the outside and from the inside out. So I came back stateside 3 years after I had been in Southeast Asia and was still in the midst of these ethical quandaries, also continuing to stay in reparative therapy. But my health got so bad that I could no longer ignore it, and which is often that rock bottom. And so I was hospitalized, and during that month, I was diagnosed with C. diff and appendicitis and Crohn's disease, and anyway, there's a laundry list.
Wow.
But also during that time, what happened was there was a physical therapist who I'd known earlier in my life and happened to be the only lesbian in our community. And so it was wild because I had such ambivalent feelings about her. Because I was drawn to her and kind of in awe of her, but also scared. Of her.
I understand.
And what she represented, and also what she was sort of inviting me into before us even
triggering your own trauma.
Absolutely. And even as a child, right? I want this thing, but I can't. So that. And so she came in to visit me, and she knew that I had a girlfriend at the time who was coming in to stay with me in the evenings. She came in to visit me, and she looked at me in the eyes and held my hands. And she said, "Paige, God loves you just the way you are." And I just lost it. I was bawling because I felt finally seen. And she didn't even have to say, "I know you're gay, you're queer." You know what I mean? She didn't have to name any of it. She just needed to be with me, see me, and know that the thing that I truly needed to hear to unlock the healing was you're loved.
Absolutely.
And that was what sent me on this course of self-love and self-compassion and self-understanding and exploration, and also what led me to want to study, legitimately study all of the things that had been weaponized and used against me. So I did what a lot of queer people do who come from really conservative places and spaces where they can't be themselves. I decided that I was gonna move all the way to the Bay Area. Hallelujah.
I have no idea what that's like. So
no, right.
So you're a coach, not a therapist.
Right.
How come? Is it because coaches make more money?
What?
So yes.
What are you suggesting? Well, okay. Well, you understand me better than I thought you did.
Well, see right through you. Here, if you want to moisturize your face.
It's gonna be really good. I love it. Good.
It's kind of funny because
I really do have butter all over my hands right now.
Oh, it's amazing,
so
right?
Nice.
But it's,
wow.
Nice and
soothing touches.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yes. Self-love.
Yeah,
Butter is self-love.
Right now.
Okay, So we've heard about how this helps us on the individual level, but what about the bigger picture? Self-love is great, but I'm not sure how much loving myself is gonna help in a world that just feels like it's getting angrier and hatier. The church is part of your story of trauma.
Yes.
But it's also part of a lot of people's story of how they deal with trauma.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Healing. Yes.
And I'm curious your perspective, especially like, you know, with your family and everything. Yeah. What do you
The ways
feel
that the
about
church
that?
functions?
Yeah. You like a little spicy?
Yeah, come on. Let's
All right,
do
let's
it.
go.
Let's do it. I think that there's a possibility if we can find spaces, religious spaces, where we're not continuing to be segregated.
Oh, interesting.
Are you
Where you're
with
not
me?
being
Because
segregated
in
in terms of social classes
yes,
instead of, yeah.
I think in terms of race, I think gender, I think, and this is what becomes difficult because most religions, right, being cultural, they identify as this one thing, and it's difficult to have people in this space who are actually coming from very different perspectives.
Yeah.
And then taking part in this ritual together.
Yeah.
And so I think that we're in need of healing that is, at this point in our cultural moment, and have always been in need of healing, that is moving beyond the individual into the communal. And it's hard to know exactly what that looks like, because I think religious institutions have traditionally been the means for people to find healing. And yet I think we need a next level of healing because I think are experiencing something on a social level
Yeah.
that can only be addressed when we engage with our perceived other.
Yeah. Oh, that's really interesting.
Are you?
Yeah, it requires the other to heal.
Yes.
So I'm curious then,
Yes.
especially with like,
Because even in individual healing,
yeah.
and I don't want to interrupt you,
Yeah,
but I'm
please.
thinking, right, because so much of what the healing is being able to go to the places that scare you.
Yeah.
Being able to return to what you have repressed, to what you have exiled, and
Yeah.
being internal family systems, right, is going to that place and befriending that part of you.
Yeah.
So then what does it mean on a cultural level,
Yeah.
to befriend the others?
So in this situation, so I'm wondering, you know, there are so many communities that have hurt one another,
That's right.
right? And,
That's right.
and so first of all, like, is there such a thing as like culture,
Yeah.
societal trauma?
Yeah.
Like we're an entire group, you know, I'm thinking
Collective
about,
trauma.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like
Communal
9/11
trauma.
happened when I was little, and it was clear we as a country were traumatized from it, you know?
Yes.
Like how does that work if it is a thing?
Yes, and the result then was, unfortunately, the demonizing of an entire population of people,
Yeah.
right? Communal trauma or collective trauma is a real thing. 9/11, I agree with you. 9/11 is a great example. I think what's happened with the pandemic is a great example. I think the transatlantic slave trade and the enslavement of African people is a great example. Jim Crow, right? I mean, we're still experiencing repercussions here in Florida now.
Yeah.
Collective or communal trauma when we see what's happening in Florida
Yeah.
around critical race theory.
Yeah.
And right, I mean, really talking about what enslavement was, that,
Yeah.
that there's a way in which a certain type of gaslighting is happening in the process of this revision.
Absolutely. Well, so I'm curious with like, you know, critical race theory and stuff like that. Like, to me, it kind of goes into how there's a loss of privilege happening, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel like I oftentimes hear people talking about it from the perspective of like, boo-hoo. These people have had privilege, or they've had, you know.
So you're saying from the side of a more liberal perspective, it's so
Right.
hard. Right?
But
These labels. Go ahead.
You know,
Yeah.
when privilege is being lost, that is painful for the people
Yes.
experiencing it.
Yes.
Like
it is still a threat to their livelihood, to their very existence, to their understanding of reality.
It might
That's
not be objectively painful for other people to understand easily, but it is subjectively very painful.
Absolutely.
Right? And so, I'm curious about how that factors into is what we're seeing, the divisions of our country.
Framing. Yep. It's a beautiful framing.
Is that a trauma response?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. If we were to use the language of trauma and trauma, right, and trauma healing as a framework, I believe, speaking of a way forward, I think we have a chance, right? Because it's going to require a level of empathy for the other that. So this is where it gets hard. Right?
Yeah.
Because this is also requiring more of those of us who have been marginalized, those of us who have been oppressed, those of us who have already been victim to. There is anger for good reason. And that anger needs to be expressed. That anger needs to be expressed in communities where it's safe for us to be able to do so. For us then to move from that place of anger, right, and this is a part of grief and working through trauma, for us to be able to have the capacity for empathy, or for empathy for those who have been in many ways representative of our oppression, of violence against us, of our trauma, right? They're the faces of trauma in so many ways. It becomes a real big ask.
And that's the part I'm having some trouble with, honestly, is like, it's not all on the people who have faced the oppression to help people that are dealing with the loss of privilege, right? So, but then what is the role of everyone? So then who holds space for them, and how do they, how do you hold it properly? How do you actually make it a moment of empathy rather than a moment of othering? Yes. No, it's so true. I do think that it, as we were talking about the conversations that we're having, how to open these conversations up in a way that welcomes discussion, that welcomes humility. Right? I think that the first step has to be that this place is a safe place for you. That meaning for both people.
You.
Yes.
You.
All y'all.
You. And so there have to be rules of engagement.
Oh, interesting.
There have to be rules of engagement. Because we have to know that in coming into this relationship, in coming into this conversation, we're not going to, and this is it, right? When that trauma gets triggered and we get inflamed and we get agitated. This is what often blocks us from further.
That's a steep ask for a lot of people. It's a really steep ask. Yes. That's smelling good.
Right on.
Yes.
Right on.
I mean, would you agree with this? What I'm hearing is that one of the first steps that we can do better as a society is stop dismissing one another.
Invalidating, absolutely.
And just validate it for a second, see if you can deal with it or not, and then move from there. If you can't deal with it, walk away.
That's exactly.
But if you can, sit with it and talk to them. And speak from a place of compassion.
Yes. Right? Which is why, right, going back to those 3 C's, which I feel like are so helpful. But
3 C's?
Which are first to become conscious of something, to be curious. And so when we ask those questions and we want to understand someone's experience, that it would not be an interrogation, which is the same thing that then we do with ourselves, rather than, that's that negative self-talk that's highly critical, which we all have that critic in our heads, right? Sitting at our table, right? And we get to decide how much room, space they get. But so we move into a space of curiosity. Tell me more about that. What does that feel like? I wonder where it's coming from, right? Those really beautiful questions that can open up opportunity, conversation, and collaboration. And then finally, it's right in doing so, then we're offering compassion. To ourselves and to others.
And this is how you approach other people as well as yourself.
Always. Always.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that this is almost ready. Do we want to taste it?
Yes.
Yeah? Let's get some spoons.
Okay.
Give it a little taste. Go for it.
Oh.
Yeah?
Right?
It's not bad. That's really good. Very good. Maybe a little bit of salt.
Okay.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. It's got a good kick too.
That's a full body yes for me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a full body.
An embodied yes. All right. Okay, so we gotta get conscious, curious, and compassionate toward ourselves, toward others, and for everything that we know we can and that we can't do. Sounds great, but that sounds really, really hard. And I still don't know what it looks like. Maybe it looks like Paige. I don't know. She seems genuinely really happy.
Feels like home to me. Feels like home to me.
Oh my goodness, the pipe.
Feels like oh. No, I'm not. That was loud. I almost.
I love it.
Almost got it. The word, right? The etymology of this word means whole. Means
Feeling
whole.
whole.
So it's interesting, right, that many of us need to come full circle. I think healing for me is wholeness. It is true to the actual meaning of that word, that it is a full process. It is a whole process. That while I may have been for years avoiding this thing because I needed to preserve my peace, right? We hear many therapists and others talk about boundaries.
Yeah.
Right? The preservation of my peace requires me to separate, to distance myself, to estrange, right? But there's also an invitation, potentially, if and when we feel ready to come back. When I think about conversion therapy and reparative therapy, right, the idea was that I was not good enough as I was, that I had to change or conform to be acceptable in God's sight.
Yeah.
And then I realized, this is who I am. I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
And that is good, right? Our psychosocial development at this stage of the thing, right? 3 to 5 that I questioned. Am I good?
Yeah.
That we question.
Yeah.
And coming to that place of,
Yes.
and this thing is a beautiful part of my journey and my story and my becoming and my wholeness.
Absolutely.
I love that. That's so
Absolutely.
powerful. I mean, so one of the things that excites me about what you're doing, and that I think and I hope that we are seeing a shift toward a desire to be able to engage in conversation.
Yeah.
Right, rather than just attacking back and forth, because that would then also prove our own, collectively, our own psychosocial development as a society.
Yeah.
Right? Can we move beyond these petty tantrums?
Yeah.
Can we really understand one another? Can we seek that, right?
Yeah.
Understanding rather than continuing to go tit for tat, back and forth. Because you do see this often, right? In our political system, there's the pendulum swinging back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
And so, like, for instance, how do I look at in 2016 the Women's March in response to Trump's presidency or Trump's inauguration versus what happened on January 6th in the response to Biden now, and just then on the heels of us entering into a pandemic, right? So it's important, I think, to think about these responses. And then you think about also the Black Lives Matter movement, right? These are responses to a collective trauma that need to be understood in that way.
Yeah.
These are people that need to be seen, right? And we need to be in solidarity with one another, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, how do we understand that these are cries for help, even when they're so aggressive? Some of these manifestations have been very violent.
Yeah.
So how do you have? It's hard, right? I mean, how do you have compassion? Because that it really is a shift in paradigm.
Yeah.
Apartheid in South Africa, right? Nelson Mandela, and then we see Desmond Tutu. Their work was instrumental in the 90s in the disruption of and the end of this system of apartheid. And Desmond Tutu begins to write books on forgiveness, right? Desmond Tutu, great spiritual leader.
Yeah.
Right? And it amazes me the amount of humility, insight, and wisdom that it took for him to write about forgiving people who were not actually saying, I'm sorry, necessarily, right? Who were not asking for forgiveness.
Right.
And so what did he do is he tapped into and lived into forgiveness because he knew this, the forgiveness was for him.
Yeah.
It wasn't for them.
Yeah, that is the healing. That's becoming whole. He knew that there was a piece of him that would be angry or be burdened. And in order to get that piece back, he had to forgive.
Precisely. The very people that were wanting to maintain this system, in fact, were led into an otherwise.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Can we do that thing?
Yeah.
Can we do that thing?
It takes a lot of people making some big decisions.
Yeah.
And I really hope that our world has those kinds of people in it. And I hope that people really take that seriously.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I feel like we're in that number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think we are. And I hope that we are not the minority.
Yeah.
Or if we are the minority, we're a loud one.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Look at the world and the unkind things that people are doing in it through the lens of trauma. We may just have a chance of building a better world. We all have trauma, and it's not about getting over it, it's about being resilient to it. And we all have the seeds of healing within us too. So if we're able to become conscious, curious, and compassionate toward ourselves and others in our lives, then we have the chance of actually making ourselves and others more resilient and stronger. Trauma is objective and subjective. It's individual and communal. So luckily, there are many ways to work with it. And luckily, that means there are many ways for us to become whole and stronger. Not just ourselves, but our whole society.
Hey, Anand here. Thanks so much for joining us today in the Kindred Kitchen. Please subscribe so that you can check out part 2 and 3. This was only part 1 on this topic. And if you want to follow along for the rest of this topic, please subscribe below. Like, share, subscribe, comment below, because there's no way we could talk about this whole topic, of course, in one video. So join the conversation and let's all learn together. Until next time, don't forget to share your food and your stories too.
Tell me your story.